Hi everyone, this is Dorian with Doggies and Stuff, and I apologize that I'm sort of breaking down a little bit, but I think I finally lost it last night on the way home and let it all out and got a little sick to my stomach. And I've been trying to kind of relax today, try to get my head together and think about everything that happened this past weekend. As most of you know, I went with Southside Shelter of Indianapolis to Mexico, Missouri, in what was one of the biggest dog auctions for puppy mills that we've ever seen. Actually, Missouri is one of the largest puppy mill states. And on Tuesday, there's going to be some voting going on, and there's a Proposition B, which would um, limit the amount of females that you could have and the amount of litters that she can have. And this bill needs to pass. It's very, very urgent that this bill pass to try to get one step closer to putting these puppy mills out of business. So if you live in Missouri, if you have friends in Missouri, anyone that you could contact in Missouri and ask them to vote yes for Proposition B this coming Tuesday, your vote counts this week. Because there's a lot of farmers that don't want to see this pass. So Friday we set out to get some dogs from the auction at the long gravel road leading up to the farm. We were stopped. Our driver's licenses were taken, copied. We had to sign releases that we wouldn't take any photos, videos, or get into any confrontation with any of the farmers or breeders that were going to be there bidding against us. They were aware that there were going to be rescue groups from all over the country. They were prepared for it. In fact, it appeared to us that a lot of the dogs had been washed. The kennels were clean. And I think that they knew that there might be some people trying to get some video footage, and I think that they had plenty of time to clean the place up to not make it look as horrible as it did. But it contradicts a USDA report that came out in July about this same mill. There were hundreds of other dogs at this mill in July that the USDA reported on being very sick, having major eye infections, not doing very well, and those dogs weren't there last night. So we were kind of wondering what happened to them. Could have been one of two things. They could have basically just gotten rid of them, or they could have sold them earlier on to other puppy mill operators in the state of Missouri and other states earlier to kind of get them out of this mill, knowing that there were so many rescue groups coming. There was some people that were going to be bidding on some of these dogs, helping rescues from other parts of the country and then transporting the dogs. One of those groups that didn't make it but did want to bid on a dog was a French Bulldog rescue from Chicago, Illinois. They had $300 that they could, a maximum that they could spend on the one Frenchie that was there who is male. He was the only French Bulldog there. We had somebody with us that came in, someone from Indy, who had a little bit of money to help some of these rescues out. I won't say her name. I'll let her go by Whitney, which isn't her real name. But she told the person who was bidding for the rescue, if it went higher than $300, to go ahead and keep bidding so that we could get the Frenchie out of there. He was cowering behind his little igloo at the back of the cage, and I went around a couple times and stuck my finger in the gate, and he came up and sort of put his head down, and the look in his eyes was a look that he had excuse me, that he'd just given up. and he was one of those dogs that needed to get out of there. One of the Amish farmers was bidding against the rescue, and the price kept going higher and higher and higher. The good news is we got him out of there for $1,500. But we got him out of there, and he's been transported to Chicago, and he's going to be under the care of a rescue group that's going to help. I met a girl yesterday who just came from St. Louis after seeing the news, and she's done some volunteer work with some of her local rescues in St. Louis, and she kind of hung around me most of the day, and before she left, she said, "I want to write you guys a check." And she wrote us a nice check. Thank you, Christine, for writing us a check, because it's going to take some money to help take care of these dogs. We got 3 pregnant beagles out of there. We got 11 dogs out of there Friday. We got 14 dogs out of there yesterday. And you'll see some of these video clips that I've taken. You'll see the dogs that we got out. We couldn't get them all. And that's probably going to haunt me for the rest of my life, that we couldn't save them all, but we did our best, and the other rescues did their best. So we need to focus on the ones that we did save. And we can only hope that the other dogs that did go to these farmers will be rescued someday. Please vote yes for